Hi, this is Marty with Skincare Science, and welcome back for another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about Serene Cleansers. I haven't done a video like this. I know, believe it or not, probably should have been the first video that I did, but I don't know. This talking about the skin and all of that is much more important because, well, it's not, but to me it seems to be because I just think that's your foundation because there's so many skincare lines out there, and without the foundation, believability, trust, and all of that good stuff that goes along with why you choose a skincare line, seems, I don't know, seems like impossible to do without that. So, okay, Serene Cleansers. There are only 4, and I wish there were only 3. The reason there are 4 is because of AHA 12 facial cleanser, and we will talk about that. Well, I'll talk about it, but really mainly last as far as why I wish there were only 3. AHA tells you the type of acid that's used. AHA is a glycolic acid. The 3 represents the percentage of glycolic acid within the product. Side note, if you see a number within the name, that's always going to be the percentage of active ingredient. When it applied, I tried to do it unless the name became too long or it didn't fit within the name. And as you know, most of the names within the Serene line, and if not all of them, have something to do with what they do for the skin instead of the marketing side of it, which is to make money. And I don't do anything to make money, so that's kind of what it is. All right, so AHA 3 facial cleanser, 3% glycolic acid. As it relates to glycolic acid units, that is 3 units. If used AM and PM, that would be 6 units per day. If you don't know what a unit is, see the video I did on glycolic units, glycolic acid units. But basically, a unit is if you apply a product that has an acid in it, that percentage of active ingredient or that percentage of acid within the product is a unit. In this case, it's 3 and it's 12. And in salicylic cleanser, it's 2%. It's not in the name because I can only put 2% in a salicylic acid cleanser. In fact, I can only use 2% on any product that is used leave-on or wash off. That does not apply to salicylic acid as it relates to a chemical peel or advanced chemical peels. So, facial cleanser sensitive skin does not have any acid in whatsoever, so it gets a 0 for 0 units and 0%. And the reason it's sensitive skin is because the fact that it doesn't have any basic active ingredient other than surfactant, and in this case, it has 2 different types of surfactant, and the research shows that when you use surfactant A and B, the B is the sensitive one, use it in combination. Do not increase the level of surfactant by more than 10 or 11%, and you have a nice sensitive-based cleanser that can also be diluted with water, meaning less product, more water, means less soap is going to interact with your skin, thus making it a little bit more on the sensitive side than it already is. Facial AHA 3 facial cleanser copies the facial cleanser sensitive skin, but adds the 3% glycolic acid. Salicylic acid cleanser, again at 2%. If you use that twice a day, that would be 4 units of glycolic acid, of salicylic acid per day. And remember, on your units, acid is an acid in an acid. The only acids you're going to find in the Serene line are glycolic acid, salicylic acid, and lactic acid. Gesner, TCA, and higher level of percentage of acids and lower pHs are in the advanced side for chemical peels and not within the line. Now, there are products that are extremely strong, and since we're talking about cleansers, it is the AHA 12 facial cleanser. AHA 12 facial cleanser, if it was used AM and PM every day on a dry face, dry hands, just product, you would basically strip your skin down to nothing. You would basically eliminate your stratum corneum. Your skin would become extremely sensitive, red most of the time. You would basically be miserable. Does AHA 12 belong in the line? Yes and no. How is it yes? It wouldn't be here if I didn't think that it did. How is it a no? Because you have other products like AHA 15 refining gel and AHA 8 astringent that could be used in lieu of this product when you want to advance to higher percentage of glycolic acid when you're not getting chemical peels. Why is it a yes? Because it's in the line, seems like a cop-out, so I'll answer. HA12 was a custom product that I made because enough clients asked for it. For the better part of about 2 years, I refused to make it. What I would do is I would take a blank bottle, put a label on it, sell it one off. But I did manufacture it, but it was not within the line. And the reason why is because if you use that every day, that's 12 once in the AM, and if you used it in the PM or twice a day, that would be 24 units of acid. It's unhealthy to do that for your skin. It's not a good idea. It's extremely strong. What I would do and how I would use that product is this. Once or twice a week, 1 to 3 minutes, under the advisement of a professional esthetician, you would use it for 1 to 3 minutes, depending on your Fitzpatrick scale, and see what happens the next day and 24 hours later. I used this product in the shower every night for about a week, and I realized my skin and the thinning of the SC was made evident to me based on some sensitive areas on my skin. It was just an overall feeling of something's not right. Because I take a clinical approach to everything I do, I know that I didn't add anything else to my skincare regimen, and it was the AHA 12. I backed it off to once, twice a week in the shower, and it's perfect. Just so you know, I cleanse my face with AHA 3 facial cleanser, AHA 12, and salicylic acid cleanser, and I alternate them all the time. It's what I do. It's what works for me. And with the experience I have with my own skin, obviously with the products as well, it just mixes it up for me. I get very little acne, and maybe it's because my skin isn't acneic, but even with my beard and everything, and I think the salicylic cleanser, it definitely helps with that. And the AHA 3 facial cleanser as an AM and PM all the time, intermixed with the AHA 12, gives me that regenerating cycle that I'm looking for without going through with the chemical peels. Obviously, with all advanced chemical peels, I apply them to myself, so I'm able to experience that, along with some ideas I have about how to use the AHA 12 along with the AHA 3 and the salicylic to get the results that I am looking for. So that's the Serene Cleansers. Oh, and last but not least, if you put hydrating active ingredients in a cleanser, and if you put anti-aging products, it's basically a waste of time. The surfactant and the method of action of a cleanser basically makes those products or those active ingredients just a waste of time. They get washed away. Very little enters the skin because of the surfactant and the rubbing motion and the whole way you water everything. I completely disagree with it. I would never do it in my line. I think that it's not the best approach, and I believe that those products were created to sell product. This is Marty with Skincare Science, and I hope that you've enjoyed this small little overview on the Serene Cleansers, and we'll see you in the next video.